Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome into Duval Daily presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thanks so much for being here Monday, July 28th. We did do a full recap of today's training camp practice number 5. Full pads came on. It was a fun practice, but, pretty quick and I would say efficient. So you can go check that out. But wanted to talk a little bit more expansively about Buster Brown's injury, what that means for him, what it means for the team, all that stuff. So Buster Brown has been out the last few days, and Liam Cohen confirmed today he has a left lower leg injury. Teams don't have to be super specific about things right now, but Liam Cohen said that Buster Brown will be out for the remainder of training camp. They do expect him back this season, though. What exactly that means, we don't know. We'll dive into it. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear. So again, Buster Brown, he's going to be out for the remainder of training camp. He's expected back for the season. Does that mean week 1? Does that mean middle of the season? Does it mean like after the first 4 weeks? 6 weeks, we don't know exactly, but they do expect to get him back at some point this year. So obviously horrible news for Buster, but could be worse. What it means for him is that this is a player who, as a former 7th round pick, right, from a different regime, completely different regime. It was 2 coaches ago and different GM. He, based on what he was able to put on tape and based on what he was able to show this regime throughout this offseason, had earned the right to be the favorite to start opposite Tyson Campbell with the Jaguars. And it's not for a lack of competition. You've got a lot of competition. But Buster Brown was the guy who they felt most comfortable with putting out there right now with Tyson Campbell as outside cornerbacks and Jordan Lewis at nickel. Now, I think the plan would have always been for Travis Hunter to end up out-snapping Buster Brown at corner in 2025 and beyond. But as of this moment, or as of, before he got injured, the plan was for Buster Brown to be really competing for that spot. And he was in the pole position. And he was playing pretty well. Buster Brown is a player who hasn't been given many opportunities. He's had to earn all of his opportunities in the NFL, again, as a former 7th round pick in 2022. And he's earned his opportunities when there have been injuries and he's been the next man up. Tyson Campbell has missed a lot of time, so Buster Brown has filled in that regard. Look, Buster Montaric, not the biggest, not the fastest, but he's a gamer. He's smart. He's physical. He's a good zone coverage player. If you're telling me he has to keep up with Brian Thomas Jr. or any of these top flight starting receivers, like in one-on-one situations down the field, I don't think that's a good spot to put Buster Brown in. But if you're talking about running a primarily zone-heavy defense, which is what the Jaguars are going to be doing, Buster Brown's a pretty good fit for it. So it's awful for him that he was, finally really seemingly getting a great opportunity to have meaningful snaps in a season early on without just injuries happening or something like that, right? He was actually getting his chance and earning his chance, and this happens. And so you're losing all this practice time. You're going to have to rehab from your injury. You're going to have to get back. Who knows how long it'll take, but there's a good chance that this kind of completely tanked Buster Brown's season. And I don't want to speculate too much, but again, if you miss all of training camp with an injury and then you have to rehab from that injury and get yourself back right, that's tough to respond from, especially when you've got guys that were really nipping at the heels to get more reps. I mean, You can definitely say Travis Hunter can get more reps now at corner. There's a clearer path to that. There's a clearer path for Jarian Jones, who in my opinion is a much more physically gifted and athletic and higher upside option anyways than Buster Brown was. DeAndre Prince, a young guy the Jaguars drafted last year, who has speed and athleticism opportunities. Even more of these young guys like Zechariah McPherson, Danico Slaughter. There's a lot of young guys that have been competing at a fairly high level so far in camp. So it's brutal for Buster Brown, but it's an opportunity for the rest of these guys. And that's kind of how Liam Cohen put it. Liam Cohen said he feels really bad for Buster. He really likes Buster, but it's a situation where it's next man up. It's football. Injuries are going to happen. You feel bad for the guys it happens to. You hate for the situation to be changed on them rapidly in a moment, but that's how it goes. And the rest of these guys have to step up. And I do think Jarian Jones had already been stepping up. I think he approaches things the right way. I think he's fiery, he's feisty, he's athletic. He wants all the smoke. Type of guy you want to have on your team. And I think obviously what Travis Hunter did in his practice yesterday on defense was unbelievable. 3 pass breakups, 2 really clean ones, and then the one where he and Jalen McLeod were both there to make plays on the ball. They both got their hands on the ball before it ended up hitting the ground. You feel for Buster, but I do think the Jaguars are in a situation where my thought has always honestly been the best 3 for the Jaguars at corner, if you're not including Travis Hunter, which you should be, but if you're not, because there's probably going to be times where he's not out there, he's playing more offense, whatever it may be. I honestly think that the best 3 would have been, or still could be, Tyson Campbell, Jordan Lewis outside, Jarian Jones inside, or vice versa. Those are my top 3, out, not including Travis Hunter, right? I think Jarian just has so much more physical skill to keep up with the speed and talent at receiver in this league. Yes, he has been more of a man coverage player throughout his career, but I think he's smart enough and hardworking enough to be a very effective zone player as well. And again, higher upside, more playmaking, more speed and athleticism. You want Buster. You want him to be available, obviously. But I would have had Jarian Jones in my starting lineup already. Again, not including Travis Hunter. If we are including Travis Hunter, it's Tyson, Travis, and Jordan. I mean, bottom line, that's what it is. So, best wishes to Buster. I hope he is able to recover from his injury very quickly. Get back out there with the guys, compete to get reps in meaningful games and, earn another contract in the NFL, right? So that's where we're at. Tough news for him, but I do think the Jaguars are positioned to handle this fairly well with the group that they have. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.